Lesson 1, Constitution, Why and How. See, now in the countries where different people with different religions, languages, cultures, traditions live in different views, what is right for the person may not seem right for the other person when basic rules are not kept in a society. So, for the minimum coordination among the members of society, set of basic rules should be established. So, thus the set of rules were established, and from this we can state that a constitution is a body of fundamental principles, that is where basic rules are implemented. And now the question is, who decides that such basic rules? In a see The question can be answered in many ways. Some of those are: in monarchical constitution, the monarch decides. In democratic constitution, people decide. Now, people's decision, what is people's decision? See, there are large number of people, and how can they decide? They can decide by electing their representatives. So, in India, the constitution gives power to the representatives, that is parliament, to frame rules. And now, if a person gives authority to frame laws, there is a chance of overruling or overusing his powers as per their wish. So, to limit such powers of representatives, the Constitution has set up some limits. And these are limitations to Parliament. The first such limit is, see, uh, done to government by framing the fundamental rights to people. No government is allowed to violate these fundamental rights of people. Some of these fundamental rights are limited during national emergencies. Now, most 20th century constitutions like our Indian constitution, South African constitution, especially Indian constitution allowed government to enshrine the aspirations of society, like removal of poverty, caste system, social discrimination, etc. And all these provisions like preamble, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy fulfill the aspirations of people. Now, we'll learn about Indian Constitution. It is formally created by Constituent Assembly between December 1946 and November 1949. Now, the Indian Constitution controls different institutions like legislative, executive, judiciary, and even statutory bodies like Election Commission. This also ensures that if one institution wants to subvert constitution, that is overrule or overuse, the other institution gives a check, and this system is called system of checks and balances. Now, the what now? Constituent Assembly. See, this was formed on December 9th, 1946. The members of the Constituent Assembly are elected indirectly by provincial legislative assemblies. And Constituent Assembly was composed roughly according to the suggestions of Cabinet Mission Plan. So now what is Cabinet Mission? See, here first is each province or each princely state or group of states were allotted seats in ratio 1 is to 10 lakh. Okay, for 10 lakh members, it is one person who represents. Now, seat in each province were distributed among Muslims, Sikhs, and generals in proportion to their respective population. Now, only one provision of constitution was passed without any debate, that is universal suffrage. Universal suffrage means giving voting rights to all the citizens of India who have crossed certain age limit. The Constituent Assembly is based on the objective resolution which was moved by Jawaharlal Nehru in the year 1946. Now what are these objective resolutions? These are the guidelines which are framed for constitution or the Constituent Assembly. Now main points of objective resolution are: India is an independent sovereign republic. See, in sovereign or independent means the same. So India is an independent republic. Now second question is, India is a union of British Indian territories, Indian states, other parts of outside British India, and the willing Indian states to be part of the union. Now all these comprise an Indian union. Now the third point is, all powers are vested in people. Now fourth of objective resolution is, minorities, backwards and tribal areas, depressed and other backward classes such shall be provided adequate safeguards. Okay, is that clear? I think I don't need to explain about this. Now in this land will make willing contributions in promotion of world peace and welfare of mankind. Now while framing the constitution, our constituent members overlooked many constitutions to take the best available everywhere in the world and borrowed some of the features of constitution. Now let us learn about this. From British constitution we have borrowed 5 ideas. First is first past the post system. Now what is this system means? It means an electoral system where voters cast their vote for candidate of his own choice and candidate who receive most votes wins. And now the second is parliamentary form of government, that is cabinet form of government. Now second is idea of rule of law, and by framing the laws will rule the country. And now fourth is institution of speaker and his or her role, and fifth is lawmaking procedure. All these 5 points are taken by the British government. Now from Irish constitution we have taken directive principles of state policy. Here directive principles of state policy generally promotes a welfare state, but at present these directive principles of state policy are not judicial in India. Now the other is French constitution. From French constitution we took the principles of liberty, equality and fraternity. This same sentence will be in our preamble, and this liberty, equality and fraternity are also called unity of Trinity, which was stated by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in his concluding speech of Constituent Assembly. And now coming to US Constitution, we have implemented fundamental rights. Second is power to judicial review and its independence. And from Canadian Constitution we took a quasi-federal form of government. Here this is a federal system with strong central government. Now the second is we have to idea of residual powers. Now what are these residual powers? It is Parliament having powers to make any law in certain subjects. Okay, that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching.